This is Tales and Whispers, where every story is felt, not just heard.
All right, today we're diving into a really incredible story of survival. It's a story that starts in the middle of a raging fire, but ends with a brand new, powerful purpose. This, right here, is the legacy of Jake the Fire Dog.
So, I want you to just imagine this for a second. You're at home, it's late, it's dark, and you hear that awful crackle of a fire somewhere down the street. The air is just thick with smoke. This is exactly where our story kicks off.
So, let's get right into it. Chapter 1, a rescue right from the flames. This is one of those moments where a firefighter's training and just pure raw instinct take over.
Okay, so the scene is Charleston, South Carolina. We're in April of 2015. A firefighter named Bill Lindler, he's actually off duty, and he sees his neighbor's wooden shed just completely engulfed in flames. And in that one instant, you know that line between being on duty and off duty? It just disappears.
And what happens next is it's pure, unthinking bravery. Bill sees that fire, and he doesn't hesitate, he just runs straight into the smoke. Think about it. Visibility is practically zero. The whole structure is groaning, ready to come down, but he keeps going. And there, in a back corner, he sees this tiny little huddled figure. It's a puppy. He snatches him up and gets out of there literally seconds before the whole thing collapses.
But, escaping the fire, that was only the first battle, not even close to the end of the story. The puppy's life was hanging by a thread, just fighting for a single breath.
Once they're outside, there's this terrifying silence. The little guy, a 3-week-old Pitbull puppy who they later named Jake, he's just still, motionless. He's not breathing at all.
So Bill hits the ground, he starts doing mouth-to-snout resuscitation, chest compressions, and there's nothing. Absolutely no signs of life. But he refuses to stop. He just keeps going, and then a flicker, just a tiny flicker of life. And right at that exact moment, the oxygen arrives. That was the turning.
Now you'd think that's the worst of it, right? The struggle's over. Not even close. Jake was about to get hit with this second, just devastating blow. After everything he'd been through, after surviving the fire, he was abandoned. His owners said they couldn't afford the vet bills, so they just left him at the hospital.
But this is where the story really takes a turn. This is where you see someone's true character. It all comes down to a firefighter's promise, a single choice that was about to change everything.
So there he is, faced with this abandoned, critically injured puppy. And Bill Lindler, he doesn't even hesitate. His response was so simple, but so powerful. He just said, "I will adopt him." That's it. A life-changing promise made right there in an instant.
But making a promise is one thing. Fulfilling it was going to be a huge challenge. Jake's survival left some serious scars, and honestly, in a lot of ways, this next part of the journey, it was even tougher than the fire itself.
So how long did that recovery take? Get this, 4 months. 4 long, painful months of nonstop, intensive care. And those 4 months were just grueling. We're talking strong painkillers, constant antibiotics, and imagine this, every single day, they had to clean his burnt skin to remove the dead tissue. He had intensive laser therapy sessions. The scars that were left behind, wow, they were a testament to his incredible will to live.
But this is where the story gets really good, because from those very scars, a whole new chapter began. Jake was about to go from being a victim to a full-blown hero, finding a brand new purpose at the fire station. And his transformation was just remarkable. By September of that same year, we're talking just months after the fire, he was already hanging out at the station with Bill. Then, by December, it's official. Jake gets sworn in as an honorary firefighter, and today, he serves as the official mascot for the Hanahan Fire Department.
But he is so much more than just a mascot. Jake has a real mission now. He goes with the firefighters to schools, to community events, and this is the really beautiful part. He helps teach kids about fire safety. Think about that. His scars, which were once a symbol of so much pain, became his greatest asset. They're a way for him to connect with people and to teach them.
So, what can we all learn from a journey like this? Well, it really boils down to what you could call the wisdom of the wound. There are 3 really powerful lessons we can pull from this survivor's story. The main message here is so powerful. Okay, number 1, act swiftly. If you see someone struggling and you can help, just do it. Don't overthink it. Number 2,
Fulfill your promise. If you commit to being there for someone, you see it through to the end. And finally, number 3, look beyond the scars. A wound isn't a flaw, right? It's more like a mark of survival, a sign that they made it through.
And that really leaves us with one last thing to think about. The story of Jake and Bill, at its heart, is about a choice. So let me ask you this. Think about the last time you had a choice like that. A choice between staying with someone who's going through a tough time or just walking away. What did you choose?